Good morning everyone. So myself Shivam and today is our 7th lecture of studying basic of Python from basics. So today we are going to understand what are list and what are the method we can apply on list. So in previous lecture we have studied about strings. So in this video lecture we will study about list, understanding list, how we can do slicing in list, what are the different type of method. So without wasting time, let's start. So what are list? List are the data types which are used to store the data types without any naming, like we can store different data types together, unlike arrays that are in C array we can store only one data type at one time, but in list we can store different type of data types. So first topic is understanding list aliasing. So aliasing occur when a list is assigned to another variable, so making both point to same memory location. Aliasing is to make a list at the same memory location. This led to same list being referenced by another name. So how is this done? So this is an example for this, how it is done. First we have a list which is stored in variable a, then we have assigned a variable name v and then stored the value of a in b. So the a is now assigned to value b also. So when we print a and b both, the output of both will be same as here it is mentioned. If we write membership operator like b is a, so it will return true because we have assigned the value of a to b and a is b also true. If we access the value of a of 0, if we assign the value of a to 0 and then print a, it will also change to b also. Like here a of 0 became 100 and first it was 1. So now we will understand by solving one question. So the question given here is write a program to create a list. We have to create a list with user given element and assign the list to the new list like we have assigned here. Then update the first list with user given values on the user given index. If the index does not exist in the list, then print please enter valid index. These are the sample. First we have to take data type, then we have to print that, then we have to see that list 1 is list 2, list 2 is list 1, and have to apply membership operator here. Then we have to take a integer input from the user for index, then we have to take element from the, and that element we have to assign to that index. So this is the question. So first this is the solution to this question. First we will take a data input from the user, then we will split it by commas for list, then we will assign the list 1 to a variable list 2 like in the previous example. Then we will apply these two membership operator. List 1 is list 2, list 2 is list 1. These both will return true as the value of list 1 is assigned to the value of list 2 variable. Then we will take a index integer because the index position is integer, like these are number 0 1 2, so these are integer. Then if the negative of length of list 2 is less than the index and less than the length of it is saying that if the length of list 2 is less than or equal to index, or the index is less than the length of the list 2, then we have to take an element input and print that list 1 is list 2. Then again we have to apply membership operator if the index is less than, else we have to write that we have to enter a valid index. So this is the question we have solved. So the main part in this question is how we have written this part. Other we know that these are membership operators, this is assigning the value, this is how to take input from the data type. So it is saying that if the length of the index is less, then we have to take element. If the length is greater than or not equal to that, so we will write print valid index. So this is a simple query coding question of list. Then our next is understanding list cloning. As the name suggests, cloning means separating it from original, making a clone copy of this. So here it is also written definition. Cloning is creation of separate list from an original list unaffected by modification to the original. Means if we made any modification or update our original list, the cloned list or the list we have separated from the original will remain unchanged. So what are the different type of method of cloning, or what are the method for cloning? So we can do by slicing. Cloning using slicing create an independent list. Like first we have taken a list, then we have stored it in like b is equal to a, and then we print our whole list, and then we print b. So now the list b is same as list a. This method is known as slicing method of cloning. Last is a list function. Using list function, similar result. Like first we have taken a list, then b is equal to list a. This list a will convert a to list and store the value of list a to b. Then we can simply print b. Then third method is the copy method, also provide cloning. Like simply we can copy, like we copy paste in exam. So now here also a is equal to 1 2 3 4 5, this is a list. B is equal to a dot copy, then simply we can print b. So next there is a question, so we will read the question. Write a Python program to understand the list cloning using different method by the following instruction below. So we have to take a input user from the user separated by spaces. Then we have to create 3 cloned list using slicing, list and copy, all 3 method. Then for each cloned list, in cloned list obtained through slicing, change the value of first position to 100. The cloned list created using the list method, we have to change the value of second position to 100, and the third we created through copy method, the third position we have changed to value of 300. Then display the original list along with the clone list and their modification. So how we can solve this? Like first we will take an input from the user, and for separation of by spaces we will write this list1 is equal to list map int comma original input dot split, and in split we will not use commas because we have to separate it by spaces. So next we will do like this, like b is equal to list1. So here list1 all we do through slicing, like here I have highlighted, and the list1 value stored in the variable b. Then we will make a variable c and do it by listing method, like list and list1. Next method is copy method, and we will store it in the variable name d. D is equal to list1 dot copy. So for changing the zeroth index, we will write that b square bracket 0 is equal to 100. So the value of b will be changed to 100, and for first index we will write 1, second index we will write 2, and we will change the value of first index to 200 and second index to 300. Then we can print our list1, that is our original list without modification. Then we can print our list2 by slicing method, list3 by list method, and the next and the last is list4, which is stored in variable d, which is done by copy method. So these are the 3 method. So we will revise one time: slicing, list and copy. So slicing and copy are simple. If you write anything in list, like list bracket, and you give any tuple name also, so that will also be converted to list. So this list function is very important, and it will be very useful in our next video lecture also, or while you solve many coding problem. This will save you a lot of your time. So the next topic is understanding and implementing deletion operation on the element of list. So the objective of the topic is, like we have seen that how we can append a number in the list, or how we can extend a list into another list. So if we want to delete the any position of the list, how so we can delete it? Sorry for disturbance. So let us consider a list which name is dlist is equal to, then we have stored red, orange, blue and many elements in the list. So we can delete is using the del keyword. First we will print our list as it is, so this list will be print as it is as here. Then we will write del del, then our list name, and then in square bracket the index we want to delete. Then we have written the index. If we want to print again the our list, so that element will be deleted as here red is deleted. Then it also work like slicing method. Like if we write del our list name and then the sliced part, then it will remove the sliced parts also. And if we write del our list name, then the whole list will be deleted because we did not give any sliced part or the index value which we have to delete. So the interpreter will thought that we want to delete our whole list, so our whole list will be deleted. Next is the remove element method. Searches and remove the first matching element. So what is the difference between del and remove? The remove method first find and deletes only the first element occurrence in the list. Like we have a list name rem list and the list element are as follow. This I have highlighted. Then we will write rem list dot remove this green. So the first occurrence of the green will be deleted. Here green is one time also, so it is deleted from our list. Then we can print our rem list. So there is also a syntax difference, like here we first write del, but here first we write list name, then dot, then remove. Then is the pop index method remove and optionally return an item at the specified index. If no index is provided, pop remove and return the last element. Like what it is saying that if we did not give any element or indexing, so it will remove the last part or the last element in the list. So next is clear method. The clear method clear the content of a list and make it empty, like plist dot clear. And then we want to print our plist, so it will be empty because the clear method will clear all the content of a list. So next topic is list conversion, how we can convert a list. So for this we will do one coding question. So you need to write a Python program that perform the following step. So first we have to take an input number separated by commas through the user. Split the string into a list of string. So we have to split that string into a list of string. Then convert the list of string to list of integer, and then print the original list, string list and the integer list and the product of first and the last element. And the import format is single line containing integer separated by commas. So in split now we have to write commas, like here first we have to take input from the user, then we will do it num dot split as this number will be separated by commas. Then we will print our list 1, then list 2. For list 2 we will like write list to convert it to list map function to apply to all elements, and integer comma list 1 means convert list 1 to integer. Then we will print our list 2. Then we want to print the product of the first element of list 2 and the last element of the list 2. So we will write print list 2 0th position means first index, and multiply with list 2 minus 1 means from starting from the ending. So minus 1 will be the end element of the list 2 index. So they both will be multiplied, and we simply write print statement to directly print them. So this is the question for list splitting. So our next is understanding list function. What are the list function what are that are built in Python and can be applied on a list? So the first function is all function, return true if all item in the list have a true value. Like what is the syntax of this is print all, and then we have to give list name. If all values are true, it will return true. If any of the value is false, so it will return false. Then the any function, return true if at least one item has true value. So we will write same as all, but in place of all here we will write any. So print any. So here there are all true values, so it will give us true. Next is enumerate. Return an enumerate object consisting of the index and the value of all item of the list of unpair. Like it will return an unpair, or first it will give the pairs of the list. Like A is at 0 index, so it will give pair of A with 0 index. B is at 1 index, so it will give B with 1. C is at second index, so it will give C at second index. Next is length. So it will calculate the length of the list. Like there are if 10 elements, so it will return 10. If there are 5 elements, it will return 5. So length function is used to calculate the length of a list. So the syntax of the length function is, first we will write len, then list name. This is the syntax of the len function. Here one thing is common, that all syntaxes are same. We just need to write the function name here, len, then any, then here we have written all. So next function is max function. It will return the highest value from the list. So here the highest value is 5, so it will return 5. So the next function is the min function. It will return the minimum value from the list, or the lowest value, as the name suggests, min. So next is sorted. So it will arrange it in ascending order, means sorted from sorted version, like from ascending order to descending order, or the lowest number to the highest number. So it will arrange like that. Next is sum. It will return the sum of all the element in a list, as the name suggests, sum. So next we have to solve a coding question. For this we have to create a list, means we want to create a list with integer value, which we have to take from the users as input. For each function length enumerate, we have to apply all these function and print the result after applying all these function to the given input list, and the output of this will be like this. This is the output we have taken. Then we have to write all the function and apply all the function to this list. So first we will take as data as input, then list1 is equal to data dot split, to split it by commas for making it a proper list. So next these are written in commented line. Like we have to find the length. So for finding the length, we will write the len function, like size is equal to len list1. Next is convert the element into integer type. So for conversion we will use map function, like list1 is equal to list map int comma list1. So it will convert the all the element of the list1 to the integer. Next is we will print the length. Next is we will enumerate. So for enumerate we will write print list enumerate list comma enumerate list1. So the main thing is here to see the syntax of this, how we will write this, how we are writing print statements. So next three are also very simple function, max, min and sorted, as we have discussed. You just need to write print max list1. This is written because these are given in sample output. Like first we have to print max, then colon. So here we have printed max, then colon in curly in double quotes. So first you will read the question line by line, then you will see the sample input output test cases, then you can start coding and building your logic. So our next is overview of list method. Like what are the method that can be applied to a list? That is, first is append. We have read this. Append method will add a single element at the end of the list. It does not create a new list. Like here we want to append e, so it will append it to the last. So if we write like x dot append another list, so it will append the list in the inside the list like this. Next is extend method. So it is used to add the element or the proper list at the end without creating a new list. Like here it is a list inside another list, but here all the element will be added without any list inside another list. Next is insert. So how we can insert? So first we will give list, then x dot insert 0 comma 1 means at 0th index we will have to insert one element name. So here the output of this will be this. Next is remove element. So it is it is used to remove the element from the list which is at the first occurrence of the list. So like here l1 dot remove 1, so it will remove the 1. If we give element which are not present in our list, so it will give us like that list 1 dot remove x, x is not in the list, so it will tell us that there is no such element in our list. Next is pop index. Pop is used to remove and return the last element. So pop will remove the last element from the list if there is no index provided, and if we give an invalid index, then it will throw an error, return index error, as here it is written index error. I have highlighted this part, you can see. So this is another example. So next is count element. So these are used to count the element in the list. Like if a is present here one time, 1 2 and 3, so x dot count a and it will return 3. It will always return true value. Next is short key is equal to none, reverse is equal to false. Like if we want to print it in the ascending order, like a to z or 0 to 9, like so we can use our short method. So this is this index, short key is equal to none and reverse is equal to false. Next is our reverse method. So it is used to write the element from the back end. So it is used to reverse the order of the element, like the last position will come at first and the last second will come at the first second, last third will come at the first third index. So this is the syntax of reverse, x dot reverse. Next is copy method. So as the name suggests, copy, it is used to copy a list. So if we copy and print it, it will be printed same as it is. Like here x y is equal to x dot copy print y, y is printed as this. Next is clear method, that will clear all the list. Next we have to write a Python program. These are very important to write Python codes for practice, so you understand the Python well. First is we have to read a list of elements from the user separated by comma. So we will take input, then we have to ask the user to enter an element that is to be append, like the element we want to add or append to the list. Next, append the given element and print, then again we have to print the list, then ask the user to enter a second list of element. So we again need to take input from the user as list, then we have to read the second list and append it to first list. Like these 8 things we have to do, so we will do it line by line. So first is we have to take input from the user, so we will take tr is equal to input, then we will split it by comma, like here it is separated by comma, so we will split it by comma. Then we have to take the element which is to be append, so we have taken an element which we have to append, then we will write list 1 dot append that element, so elm that append, then we have to print the list after appending, so here we have printed the list after appending. Then we have to take another list as input and split it with by commas, so tr1 the variable name is equal to input, then list 2 is equal to tr1 dot split, so for splitting it by commas we have to write this, and if we want to split it by spaces, so here we will left it blank. So next we will append the list 2 with list 1. So list 1 dot append list 2, and then print the list 1 after appending. Then we have to extend the list 2 to list 1, then we have extend list 1 dot extend. So the major function here is we need to know the syntax, how we can write this, what are the syntax of appending, extending, clear, pop up, remove, clear. So all we need to is we need to know the syntax. So revise the syntax clearly. So next we have to write a program to reverse a given list. So first we will create a user given list, then we have to write the program to reverse the list and print the result to console as in the example. Like our data is Python, Java, Perl, Swift and R. These all are languages. So then we need to reverse. Then first we need to print R, then Swift, then Perl, then Java, and at last we have to print Python. So we can use the direct method, reverse method. Like here first we have to take the input and then convert it to split. As I said in previous video also that you need not to split here at next line, you can directly split here by writing input data dot split, then these commas, and then we will do list 1 dot reverse, then we can directly print. This is very simple example, and these can be asked in 2 marks in your coding question, or if you are studying in LPU, so these are can be asked in CA or Antrim also if you are lucky. Then next is introduction to tuple. So as we have discussed in our video lecture 1 that the tuple, what are tuples? So a tuple is similar to list but it is immutable. So what is immutable means we cannot change the value of the tuple once it is applied to that tuple. So tuple are also used to store the data like list, but lists are mutables. And then we have to provide a fixed and ordered collection of values. Element of tuple are enclosed in parentheses, but the element of list are enclosed in square bracket. So what are the functions that can be applied? So as the tuple is immutable, so addition or deletion of element is not possible, as we cannot add the element or delete because it is immutable. Then what are the function? So these are the two functions that can be applied, list and tuple. So first we will take a tuple like a is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 and enclose them in parentheses. Then we can apply this a is equal to list a. So when we print the a, now it is not a tuple, it is a list, because this function will convert the tuple into list. Then the next function is tuple, convert a given list to tuple. It is opposite of list function. The list function will convert the tuple to list, but this tuple function will convert the list to the tuple. So what are the benefit of tuple? Why we use tuple over the list? As the tuple are faster than the list. If we know that this data is constant, so we can store them in tuple because they are much faster than the list. Since tuple is mutable, it is preferred over list to have the data right protected. Once like if you do not want to change the policies of the companies, or you need to store the data so that anyone cannot change, so you can store them in tuple. So if your data is also hacked, so they cannot be rechanged. And tuple can be used as keys done dictionaries unlike list. So these can also be used in place of keys in dictionaries, as dictionaries store the value in key value pair, because keys are also constant in dictionaries and tuple are also immutable. Tuple can contain list as element, and element of list can be modified, as we know the lists are immutable. So first we will create a tuple, then we can store the element like list, and then we can change the element as list is mutable. So how we can do that? Like first we will take a list, then we will convert it to tuple by writing my tuple is equal to tuple, as we have read this function 2 minutes ago. Then we will print, and then we can get the output. Now we have to write a program to convert user given list to tuple and print the result. So first we have to take a user given list. So data is equal to input, then we will split it by comma, then we will print the list 1 like here I have printed. Then to convert it to tuple we will use the function tuple, then it is written tuple 1 is equal to tuple then list 1, then we can print this tuple. As you can take the screenshot of also of this question. Next is what are the basic tuple operator. So same as a list operator or string operator, there are the operators that can be applied on tuple also. First is how we can create a tuple. So for creating a tuple you just need to write a is equal to in parentheses the value that we want to store, and we can simply, for if there is only one element to be stored in tuple, so we will write t1 is equal to 1, and then we need to write this comma also to be it's a tuple data type. If we do not write this comma, so it will not be a tuple data type. Next is indexing, like we can also access the value of the tuple using indexing like we do in strings and list. So here print a0 is 20, so the result will be 20. Print a2 is 60 as 0 1 and 2, so a2 will be 60. Next is slicing. As we do slicing in list, these same will be tuple like print a3, so we need not to revise it again and again. Next is concatenation, we can add two tuple like here b is this, add a and b. Next is repetition by multiplying it with the value 2 or 3. Next is membership operator, 5 is in a, 500 is in b, like this. Next is comparison, a is equal to b, it will return true if this will be same. A not equal to b, it will return true if these are not same. So then these are the tuple method. Count, it will count the element like print a dot count 2, so it will count the 2 element in the tuple. 2 is here 2 times, so it will result in 2. This is a partial screenshot, though this is not clearly visible here, but its result will be 2 because here 2 is 2 times. Then index, print a dot index 20, so this will result in 1 because the index of the 20 element is 1 0 and 1. So this is a new method which is introduced in tuple. Next is how we can understand the tuple assignment. So how we can assign the value in tuple, as we have seen that by writing equal to sign we can assign the value into tuple, like tuple 1 is this, then var1 comma var2 comma var3, all these three variables are assigned the value of tuple 1. So if you will print var1, so it will result in python var2 is and var3 is fun. So this is a new question like a comma b is 1 comma 2 comma 3, so it will give value error as there is 3 value and there are only 2 variable. So if we write comma c also, then it will give us true value. Next is swapping using tuple assignment, like a is equal to 20, b is equal to 50, so we can swap the value by writing a comma b is equal to b comma a. Now the value of a is assigned to b and b value is assigned to a. So next is accessing element in tuple. So how we can access the value element, so we can access it by slicing or we can access it by indexing like we have accessed earlier. So this is how to access value at 0 index, 1 index, you know it clearly, so we need not to solve it again and again. First we will take 4 input 5 input from the user, then we will store it in a list, then we will convert the list into tuple, then we will print the tuple and then this index, you know it clearly, we need not to study this again and again. Next is understanding the tuple repetition and concatenation. So repetition is same, like we will multiply it by 0, then it will give the empty tuple, because multiplying any value by 0 will give us 0. Then concatenation is linking of two tuples by the plus operator, then it will add the two operator. So we have one question: take two input from the user, one to create tuple and other as an integer, and write a program to print the tuple n time. So first we will take a data from the input user, then we will convert it to list. After list we will convert it to tuple, because we cannot directly take tuple as input. Then we will take n input and multiply the tuple with the n value, so that it will be a repetition. So we will print the tuple with n time. Then we will take another data input, we will make another tuple, tuple 2, and we will concatenate tuple 1 with tuple 2. So this is a very simple example of how we can concatenate and repetition of a tuple is done. Next is membership test in a tuple. So as the name suggests, membership, and we have studied it so many times, membership is or in, it will return true if the value is present in that, and it will give false if that value is not present in that. So sample input output test case is given here. You can see tuple 1 is this, and we have to find the value of 50. 50 is present at 0 1 2 3 4th index, so it will return true. And here r is not present in second index, so second data type, so it will return false. So these are some basic example. So this is a example of membership operator. You need not to see this very deeply, you just need to think that first we will convert or take a list as input, then convert it to tuple, then we can do any of the operator. Like here we have taken value also as input and apply membership operator. If value in tuple 1, we have to print true, else we will print false if there is no value present in the tuple. So next is deleting a tuple. How we can delete a tuple? Like we have deleted the list by writing del keyword, so same as we can delete our tuple by writing del keyword. If we want to delete a specific index, so we can write it del, then our tuple name, then the index position. And if we want to delete the whole tuple, we can write simply delete my tuple. So here it is another example, like so we will solve another example. This is simple one, so we will solve this. We have to write a program to add an element into tuple based on the given value. So write a program to add an element to a tuple based on the user given value in a specified index, and print the result shown in the example. If the index is not in the range, print the error message as example. So this is sample input. So first we have to take data as input from the user, then we have to take index, and then we have to take the value. And if the index is out of range, so we have to print the message that enter the valid index. So first we will take the data from the user, then we will convert it to list, then we will convert it to tuple. Don't see these as these are commented line, this and this is same, but I am trying it through a different way, so I have written this. So see this is the right one. So we will convert it to the tuple, then we will take an index position, then we will see that if the index is greater than or equal to the tuple, we have to print enter a valid index, because if the index is greater, we cannot add an element in the tuple as the index is not in the tuple. And if it is also equal to, it will give an error, because index of tuple started from 0, not from 1. And if the index is proper, so we have to take an value another from user as input to be add, then we will write that list index, means at this index store, at this index we have taken from the user as input, store this value which we have taken now, and then we have to convert that tuple to tuple, and then we can print that tuple. So this is very common example to add. Like first we will take input, then we will convert it to list, then we will convert it to tuple, then we will take an input as index to store the value. Then we will see that if the index is greater than or equal to length of tuple. If it is greater, so we cannot store or add the value, so we will write that enter valid index. If it is small, then we can add the value, so we have to take the value from user also. Then we will write that at list 1 at index this, store the value this which we have taken from the input. So after that we will convert that list 1 to tuple. Why here we have written list 1? Because we cannot add the value directly to the tuple, as tuples are immutable. So first we will have to store this at a list, then we will convert this list to the tuple, then we can print this. So if you have any doubt in today's lecture, you can tell in comment. I will see that comment and will make separate video on that doubt. So thank you and have a nice